Hey, thanks for joining me today for PerkStream. I'm glad you could stop by. We've been talking about the ways that Isaiah uses the word wait or hope in the Lord. This term that means to have confidence in God such that we are looking for Him even in the midst of great crisis. You know, sometimes we may feel anxious and we're going to tell somebody, yeah, I'm feeling a little anxious because things aren't well at my job. Or I may be anxious because I don't know how this relationship's going to work out. Or I'm anxious because there are people who are talking about me and I can't say anything about it. And sometimes there are people who would look at us and say, well, just get over it. It's going to go away. Or just get over it. There's no reason for you to be anxious. It doesn't help you any. And of course, words like that don't help us either. It's like, don't you know that I'm a little anxious here? Could you not find something a little more positive to say? Well, let me say something hopefully it's a little more positive. Isaiah was talking to a group of people that had forsaken the Lord completely. They stopped hoping in Him. And he puts up a prayer. He gathers around him a group of people who want to restore their faith, and he prays this prayer. Lord, be gracious to us. We long for you. That word long is the word wait or hope. Be our strength every morning, our salvation in times of distress. At the uproar of your army, the peoples flee. When you rise, the nations scatter. There's this confidence that when God does something, things do happen. When God acts, things that cause us anxiety have to go away. And so we have to be in a position, I guess, to really decide, yeah, I'm going to wait for God to act. I'm not going to try to solve all this on my own. And I'm not going to worry about it. I know it's causing me anxiety, but I'm not going to let it win. This is what he goes on to say. Isaiah says, He, the Lord, will be the sure foundation for your times, a rich store of salvation and wisdom and knowledge. And the fear of the Lord is the key to this treasure. See, if we're busy, too busy fearing everything going on around us, we don't live in the fear of the Lord. And I'm not meaning that we have to be terrorized by the Lord, but simply understand that without the Lord, we have everything to fear. But when we fear the Lord, we have nothing else to fear. The Lord will be with us and for us. So even when the people who are on the offensive were winning and they were taking Judah for a beating, the Lord was still for Judah. He had the long game plan going that He was going to be for them and He would fight for them. We don't hold the tension very well between knowing that we're anxious and being confident in the Lord. But here is one of those places where it's happening, where there's confidence in the midst of the struggle that God's going to act. So this is a time when it's good to, number one, you name your anxiety. Name it, know it, call it what it is. And then we call on the Lord, expressing both our anxiousness and our fear. And then we stand faithful, believing He will answer. That is really the key here to waiting on the Lord, to understanding that our hope is in Him. So I hope today, whatever might have you anxious, you will hold to the Lord. You will hope in Him. Name what is making you anxious. Name it, and then say, and Lord, I trust in you. I long for you, and I know that you're going to answer. Have a great day. Stand firm in the Lord.